Friends, welcome back to the channel. In our previous video, we covered how to set up a GTM account and how to install a GTM script on a website. So in today's video, I'm going to guide you through how to create a GA4 account, how to configure a Google tag, and how to publish a container to kickstart tracking default events data. So friends, without wasting much time, let's dive right into it. I created this theme-based website to explain in better way about the setup of GA4 and data tracking. So I will walk you through how to install a GTM plugin in a WordPress website, how to set up the GTM code with the help of this plugin, and then how to create a GA4 account, how to configure Google tag, and then publish the GTM container so that GTM can start sending the data of this demo website to GA4. So friends, let's start with the first step of creating a GA4 account. For this, open this link marketingplatform.google.com/about/analytics and click on this link of. Before this, you should have a Gmail ID as I discussed already. So you should use the same Gmail ID you used for the GTM account for smooth data tracking. So last time we have you have created a created a Gmail account to create your GTM for the GTM setup. You use this you log in with the same Gmail ID and to create this GF account. So let's click on this get started today button and then click on this start measuring button. You will land on this page, a simple form where you need to give account name of your GA4 platform. So under one account you may have multiple GA4 properties and each property may refer to one domain or one of your website. So let's give this a name like demo Enthons Analytics GA4. You can give your way of name. I'm giving this name for now and click on this next button. The next step is to create a property means your this is the place where your data will be connected with your website. All your data related to your website will be stored in this property. So let me give it a name like influence GA4 and you can choose your country, time zone and currency and click on next button. In this step you have to describe your business, like what is the category of your business and what is business size. In my case I will choose internet and telecom. In your case you will choose your category of business, your category of industry. In my case I will choose small 1 to 10. In your case you can choose your business size. I will click on next button and the next step GA4 provides various topics of reporting. So to make it simpler, let's start with get baseline report. So I will check this checkbox and click on create button. And you need to accept the terms and condition of GA4 in order to proceed further. So click on this checkbox and click on accept button. And so now we are on the final steps of creating data collection methods in the steps of creating GA4 account. So if you have a website, then you will select web. If you have mobile applications, like for Android you will choose Android app. For iOS you will choose iOS app. So in our case in this tutorial we are going to choose with web. Click on this web and you will be prompted with a form to enter your website name and stream name. So website from where data will be collected into GA4. In our case my website URL is analytics.enthons.com. so I will give this name since there is a HTTPS already included, so I don't have to give this HTTPS here. And stream name, you can give any name of your choice which help you to understand the website URL. So I will give name analytics enthons. And these are the default measurements which GA4 provide by itself, like page view, scrolls, outbound clicks, site search, video engagement, file download, form interactions. So if you do not do any custom event tracking, so these events will be tracked by default. You can enable or disable these events by clicking on this gear icon, and then you can click on this on off switch to enable or disable the one of the default trackings. Now say I want all these events to be enabled, so I am not going to switch off any of these events. So I will click on create a stream, and wow, you are done with the step of creating your GTM account. Congratulations. You can close this window, and I will let you know how you can come back to this data stream again. So these are data collection. This is the final step. Click on continue to home. Okay, now if you want to open your data stream again, so click on this gear icon, admin, and you see this data stream. Click on this data streams and click here anywhere on this on that panel. Click anywhere here, and you will be prompted with this window again. So now since we have created the GA4 account, the next step is to create a Google tag with this measurement ID, so that Google GTM can know where to send the data in GA4, to which GA4 the collected data of the events need to be sent to. As we have created our GA4 account, so next step is create the Google tag. For that, let's switch to our Google Tag Manager. This is our GTM account. As you know how to create GTM account, so if you don't know, then I will provide the link of the tutorial in the description of this video. So I'm in my GTM account, and so before discussing how to create a Google tag, our next step is how to install a plugin into a WordPress website to set up the GTM ID. In previous video, I just explained an overview, but in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to install the GTM script with the help of a plugin in a WordPress website. This is my demo website, which is developed in WordPress. So open the WordPress admin panel of this website. So you can type your website URL and WP admin, and when you click on enter, it will open its admin panel to login. Enter your username and password to login. As soon you log in, you will be landed on this dashboard, and now let's install a plugin which is called as GTM for WP plugin. So to install a plugin, we need to go to our plugin section, click here, and add new plugin. Click add new plugin and search for GTM for WP plugin in this search box. And this is the plugin we need to install. Click on install now button. Once the installation is complete, it will ask you to activate this plugin. So click on activate. After your plugin is activated, you can find the plugin here in this list. So you can see our plugin is activated, and now we need to set up the GTM ID with the help of this plugin. In settings section, we need to enter our Google Tag Manager ID. So to get the manager ID, let's switch back to our Google Tag Manager and copy our GTM code from here, and switch back to our WP admin, and let's put our GTM code here. Just check if there is any extra space after and before, and then you can let it be the default checks. In events, you can check these check boxes, other you can let it be default. You can enable these scroll tracking, let it be the default settings. One thing we forgot to enable, you see container code on and off. So we need to click on this on radio button so that our GTM code properly integrate with our website. One more thing we need to enable: the first, container code need to be on, and the second, we need to click on this footer of the page, this radio box, or you can do manually as well. But in this tutorial, we will be doing via this second option, footer of the page, and click on save changes. Once you have successfully saved all the changes you made, Now let's switch back to our enthons.com website, and we need to check if the code is properly installed or not. For that, we need to install a Google Chrome extension that is called Tag Assistant, or you can type here Tag Assistant. And this extension you need to install. I already have installed. So now I have to give the domain link of my website, which is this here, and click on connect. If my GTM code is successfully connected, then yes, you can see it says Tag Assistant connected successfully, and it gives me a window. So now, since our setup is not complete yet, that's why it says the container is not published, because we still have not set up our Google tag and did not publish the container. But our GTM code is successfully installed on our WordPress website. So congratulations for this as well. So let's move to the next step. So next step is to start creating Google tag configuration. We will be creating in GTM. So in GTM we will be creating configuration Google tag so that we can connect our GA4 measurement ID with our Google Tag Manager, so that Google tag can send the collected data of the events to our right GA4 property. So let's start creating the Google tag. So for this, let's go to the tag section here, and then we need to create our new tag. Click on here, you can click on this new button, and then you need to click anywhere in this area, or on this pencil icon. Click here, and since we are going to create our GA4, we are going to connect our GA4 with Google Tag Manager, then that's why we are going to choose this Google Analytics. If we have been connecting our Google Ads with our GTM, then we have been selecting this Google Ads, and so on. So let's click on Google Analytics, and since this is our first configuration tag, so we will click on Google tag. After this, whenever we are going to track an event, we will be choosing Google Analytics GA4 event, this option. But first, since we are going to create our first configuration tag, so we will click on this Google tag. Yeah, and now next step is to provide the tag ID, and this tag ID is the measurement ID of the Google GA4 we created. So we need to copy this measurement ID. Click on this icon, go back to your GTM, and paste your ID here. Okay, let the other settings be as default. So your tag is not complete and is of no of use until you create a trigger. So triggers are the conditions that help your tags to fire. So it tells your tags when to fire. So we need to configure a trigger to let our tag fire. So just click on trigger option, and since this is our configuration tag, so configuration should be initiated and fired on all the pages when the website is initialized first time. So let's click on initialize all pages. This will be our trigger condition. So click on this, and now the final step is to give a name to our tag. So let's give a name to this GA4 GA4 configuration tag, and click on save button. Awesome. I think you are done with your Google tag creation step. As we have successfully created our Google tag, so let's move to our next step of testing our tag. So whether the tag is successfully correctly implemented on the website or not, whether the tags we have created, the configuration tab we have created is firing properly or not. So this step we call preview and debug. So let's do the preview and debug by clicking on this preview button. Click on this link, and it will open another tab with this pop-up where we need to provide our website URL. In my case, my website URL is analytics.influence.com. So since I checked it previously, so it auto-populated. Otherwise, you can provide the URL of your website and click on connect button. If the tag is properly configured and GTM is installed correctly, then it will show this pop-up and it will say tag assistant connected. You see, so my tag is properly connected, and let's see if tag is firing or not. So for this, we need to go to the previous tab of tag assistant, click on continue. You see my events are firing here. It means my tag is properly set up, and you see my configuration tag is also firing. It means I have successfully and correctly set up my Google tag event tracking. So these are the final. So this is the preview. In this preview and debug we can see our events are firing, our GA4 configuration tag is firing. It means the setup is correct and successful. So let's move to our final step of publishing the container. If you do not publish the container, GA4 will not be able to collect your live data of your website. So for this we need to publish our container. So to publish the container, let's click on submit button. On this window we need to give a descriptive version name. Since this the tag we created is GA4 configuration tag creation, and you can give a description about your tag, like what changes you made or what new tag you created, so that in future when you come back you can easily understand the information about the tag. And the final step is click on this publish button. So once your tag is successfully published, it will give you the version information here. You can close this window. And one more step I will let you know, the variables. Since your GA4 is since GTM is going to send some default data to your GA4, as GA4 has ability to track default events like page views, scroll views, all these. So let's go to the variables and host name, click on configure page URL. These events will be tracked automatically. Events, okay. Since we need to track our click events as well, so let's check these boxes: click classes, click ID, click target, click URL, click text. We need to track our forms as well, so let's check these events as well. You can check the events you want to track. I am just enabling most of the events I need to track, since I have a video as well, so I need to track that video. So I'm going to check all these check boxes for video as well. I want to check my scrolling depth as well, percent visibility. It is not mandatory to select all the check boxes. You can check the check boxes as per your need, but I'm going to track these events for myself. So now all the items you see in this box, these are the events that will be tracked automatically and it will be sent to our GA4. Since we have created these events in our GTM, so we need to publish the container again. So whenever you make any changes in the container, you need to always publish the same container, so that the live websites, the changes can get live. So let's submit the changes again. Added events. Click on publish, and yeah, that is done. So yeah, this was the final step, and that's all done. So yes, since you have successfully completed your GA4 account creation, Google tag creation, and the events you want to track, so let's sit tight for 24 to 40 hours, as GTM and GA4 configuration takes approximate 24 to 48 hours to start sending the data after publishing the container to your GA4. And let me tell you one more thing, how you will, once data start being recorded in GA4, how you will see the data. So for that you need to click on this report section, and in this report section, under engagement, overview, events, conversions, under acquisition, overview, user traffic, traffic acquisition, you can see all the data in this area. So since we just implemented our setup, so we do not have any data, but after 24 to 40 hours, as soon traffic starts coming and clicks happens, various events fire, we will start getting the data of those events here. So yes, these were all the steps to create a GA4 account, to set up the Google tag, publish the container, and how you can see your reports data. Your data in reports. So these were all the steps. I hope it will help you. In case of any query or feedback, please comment in comment section. Thank you very much.